this computer. Okay, and present. Let's see if this is happy. All right, so I hunted for these presentations in the last week. So these are all very up-to-date online certificates. There is a little bit of disparity between courses and certificates, and we'll go through some of the differences. Mostly it's in terms of pricing, although you can take academic courses as well online. I'm gonna hide this little window right now. So first I'm gonna start with why you might wanna get a certificate. And mostly it's about gaining skills, right? And a certificate provides evidence of a particular skill that you might not have from other things. So if you actually got a certificate in Excel, you would have a way to provide evidence of that skill using Excel or other spreadsheets by, throwing that certificate on your resume or just referring to it in a cover letter, etc. They are gaining traction. But we're focused today on free certificates because there's a lot of monetization around certificates that can be really expensive. And I don't want folks to feel like they're gonna have to pay $600 after finishing their degree to get a certificate necessarily. And it does vary across industries. Obviously there's a lot of tech certificates, but I tried to choose a sampling of different in-demand skills that might cross different industries. It's gonna make me crazy if I can't see people. Okay. All right, so the 5 free online certificates I'm gonna talk about today, I'm gonna talk about the Google Analytics Academy, and we'll focus more on Google Analytics for beginners. We're gonna talk about HubSpot, which is another provider of courses and certification, and they offer a social media certification. We're gonna talk about edX, which is a little bit different. That's a lot of it's a nonprofit organization, and they offer a data science visualization certificate. Allison offers training that a lot of employers use. They offer a course called Fundraising for the Nonprofit. And then we'll also talk about a Coursera course called Foundations of Diversity and Inclusion at Work Teach Out. I have a little bit of bonus content at the end. The one common provider of certificates that I don't mention here is Udemy, and we'll talk about them as well. Are there any questions so far? The chat disappeared. Let me just open that up again to see. Okay, if you have questions, unmute. I'll try not to talk 1,000 miles an hour, but I drink a lot of Diet Mountain Dew. All right, so first we're gonna start with Google Analytics Academy. Now, this is entirely free. You do have to have access to a Gmail or a Google login, and you will be using proprietary Google software to learn analytics for beginners. Analytics are really important for anyone who needs information about web traffic. And we're going to talk about Google Analytics for beginners, but you can see they offer advanced analytics, power users, Analytics 360. They offer a layer of learning. They also offer a formal certification that includes content from all of these courses. And there's a lot of great resources on the web about how to train for that certification. We're going to focus today though on analytics for beginners. One thing I really want to stress is you could do one of these courses, not go through the process of getting their certificate, but still describe your knowledge of Google Analytics on your resume and cover letter. So I would stress not paying for anything that you don't have to pay for if you don't have to pay for it. Like I said, it varies across industries. There's a really valuable project management certificate that costs around $1,500, which is great for people who want full-time roles as project managers. But generally, we're going to focus on the free versions. All right, so Google Analytics Academy includes these courses. They are the gold standard across a lot of internet analytics. And I'm going to show you quickly the description for this course. So every course that I'm talking to you guys about today, I signed up for just to confirm that you could get access to it without paying anything. So this is a screenshot on the right-hand side of the actual intro to the course. One thing that I really like about every course I'm talking about today is they are a mix of videos, text, exercises, resources, etc. It's not the way, like frankly, they're going to make you frustrated with D2L because they are really well organized. The user interface of all of these online courses is actually pretty good. And the videos are typically, you know, 3 minutes or less, which is really great. And that's a great way to learn. The other thing that's a benefit about these kinds of online certifications is you can dip in and dip out on your own time. Like there isn't necessarily a window of time that you have access to a product. That varies across some of these platforms, but they're very flexible in terms of your schedule. You might even get halfway through a course and decide, you know what, I know enough to be able to talk about it in an interview. I know enough to be able to describe a skill level I already have. But these are the kinds of things you would learn in Google Analytics for beginners. You would learn exactly how Google's proprietary analytics tools track how many people come to my website, where do they live, what websites send traffic to my website, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This course is mostly about traffic. The other courses deal with other data that it's pulling around usage and the experience in those courses. But you can see, I think let me link to it. So I linked to all of these just so I could show you quickly what they look like from inside the class. So this course you can see starts with, let me see if it'll load. My computer's a little angry, I have a lot of tabs open. But this course starts with an intro video. Most of these courses either have a video describing what they teach before you even sign up, or they have a video right inside the classroom that gives you an idea. So you might dip into one of these, watch the video and go, you know what, I'm actually gonna start somewhere else. Maybe I know enough that I can skip this and go straight to the second course. For some reason, this video, let me refresh it and see if it wants to load. It might not load because I already watched it. Let's go back to the top here. And it will let me go here. There we go. And I think it must close the video out if you've already watched it. So these videos, let's see what this one is. I'm gonna click play for a second. It's only 3 minutes and they really do a good job of making this learning really bite-sized. And it is primarily video in addition to some other text. All right, I'm going fast. Questions about Google Analytics for beginners. Location is Google Analytics Academy. You can find it there. Let's go to the next one. Let's see. All right, social media certification. Now this has some similarities to the Google Analytics one in that analytics course taught you how to use Google's analytics tools, right? These courses on HubSpot teach you how to use HubSpot tools, okay? So you will learn transferable skills, but it'll mostly focus on how HubSpot tracks social media, okay? And these are totally free. This one is a full-on certification. The Google Analytics course is a course that builds towards certification. This is a straight up certification that you could put on your resume, on your LinkedIn, on your cover letter. But HubSpot is a company, like a for-profit company, but they provide a lot of robust training as a way to incentivize people to use their product. Their inbound marketing and sales, but they also have, this is different from analytics in that it's more about content and it's more about social media traffic and how those things work, in addition to some sales and pipeline things. Their certification is truly focused on, and I underline this part here, how to build an effective social media strategy, how to set up social listening and moderation, create social content, da 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 da. So this training, let's get in there. I'll show you what it looks like. And I logged into all of these with my Gmail. It was all I needed to do was just sign in with Google. Now this is also a great example of, don't you wish D2L were as attractive as this? On the left-hand side, I have all the modules, and modules are just content areas. And then I can see the professors. That's another thing I forgot to mention. The folks who design and teach these courses are practitioners. So, and most of them, like I have to say, the quality of the video and the quality of some of the teaching you get is really great because they know they're teaching a range of beginners to advanced. But if you go to view catalog at HubSpot, you can see all of the courses that they offer here. And again, they're specific to HubSpot tools, but HubSpot is a very popular tool used across a lot of different industries. But some of these vary from a single hour, 6 lessons in 1 hour, to 5 hours here, etc. Frictionless sales, like they get really specific. But this one I thought was a good one to profile because I feel like this, if anything, even if you don't apply for a job where they're using HubSpot, you are going to develop a vocabulary through this that is useful. And there really aren't too many industries where knowledge around social media isn't going to be to your benefit. But that is, again, why I tried to choose a range of different certificates. But you can see the content goes from strategy to listening, to building a content strategy, to a calendar, and extending your reach, and then on and on. And they do tell you, this is another really nice thing about certificates, they're telling me exactly how long I should spend on each module. So it's easy for me in a time management capacity to decide, okay, I've got an hour or a half hour and I can do this part. I'll come back when I'm ready for the next one. Questions about HubSpot or social media? All right. And in terms of choosing what certifications you want, I don't have a slide for that, but I can say that you're going to think through what's on job postings. You know, what kind of skills are they looking for? What kind of experience do they want? I try to pick general ones that I think are good across a lot of different industries. It's never a bad idea to have knowledge of analytics or social media. Frankly, data visualization is a really increasingly in-demand skill. But you can tailor your certification wish list to your interests. All right, so this one we're going to talk about is a visualization course on data science, and it's part of a larger data science certification. So remember, like Google Analytics, the beginners was part of a larger certification. This is as well. But the difference between a certification and the skill you build from a course is sometimes just the amount of money you pay to complete a certification. So this course is offered by Harvard. edX is a nonprofit, and so they have a lot of universities who partner with them and offer free courses, but sometimes paid certifications. It's one of the biggest massive open online course, or MOOCs. And it was created by Harvard and MIT, but there are a lot of other universities that partner on there. It is nonprofit, but that doesn't mean that some of the courses or certifications can go up to $1,500. Like because a lot of these are like Stanford and other institutions like that. There's definitely plenty of free options though. And this course is a good example of that. Let me get into that. And again, data visualization, oh really? Let's see if I can get in with my Google. I'm sure it will let me. It needs me to activate my account. Good thing for you, I have this is bold, I was there before. I have my cell phone right here, so I'm gonna do that. I'm always prepared. All right, how do I activate it? Great. Let's see if it'll let me sign in now. The other thing to keep in mind is some of these certifications do have availability windows. So for this one, sorry, I was like, what happened? This is a previous course I signed up for, and you can see my access to that course expired in August of 2020. The course I'm describing doesn't start until January 27th. So some of these do have the windows that, even though this was a free course, it doesn't start until a period of time, and then I have access through a certain period of time. Now, that doesn't mean that I need to check in with an instructor or anything like that. That just means that this is how they don't, if you had like lifelong access to a course, you would just give someone your login, you know what I mean? That would be a difficult thing for them to manage. So this is a great way to show that this has a window that opens and closes. But I can also just go to courses and explore new courses. I'll just show you what the search looks like. Some of the more popular ones are like, there's a lot of stuff around happiness at work, design thinking. The reason I did include some of these is because they are, you can see as a great example, this is an 8-month course, but it's $1,300. So I'm not, there are worlds where this makes sense, but that's not really what we're talking about today. We're talking about the free ones. So what I would typically do is view all courses, and then I would do availability. Nope. Where is it? Where do I do free? I know I found a free search and now I'm not finding it. All right, let's go to courses. And then I think I found it. I'm gonna have to send it to you in a link. They intentionally don't make it super easy to search by free for good reason, but there's a way to include that in your search. Let me look up the one that I wanted to link you guys to, data science visualization. Okay, so this is part of a larger professional certificate, but I can do a course on its own. I can enroll in one of these sessions. This is January 27th through the 30th. Otherwise, I have 1 day left in this course. I'm not going to do that. And you can see more information about what you're going to learn. You're going to learn data visualization principles, how to communicate, ggplot2, something I don't know, but seems like it would be useful. They also are taught, now this is a great example of the monetization I was talking about. So if I take this course, I can opt before or after to pursue a verified certificate, okay? And they're gonna cost me they're gonna charge me $150 for that. Do I need that? More than likely, no. I can put in my education section, data science visualization, Harvard, edX, if I want to, or I can just put the skills I've learned, data science and ggplot2 and stuff like that. I can put that on my resume. So I'm getting all of the benefits without having to pay. Questions about edX? Oh, okay. There was just a note, not a question. If you have questions, you can unmute. You can just throw it in the chat. I know I talk fast. All right, let's talk about the next one. Okay, I just wanted to make sure in the deck that I had reference to the fact that there's a cost associated with the verified track, but you can do the free track without worrying about it. Now this one's a little bit different. Some of those were really technology oriented. Well, they all were. This one is from a company called Allison. Like I said, they specialize in employer training opportunities. So they sometimes sell bulk licenses for classes to employers who want to train folks, but this is a fundraising course. It's 1.5 to 3 hours. And this is just kind of a profile of Allison. They were founded in Ireland and they mostly focus on workplace skills. A lot of free opportunities. They also have verified tracks as well. This nonprofit course, fundraising for the nonprofit. And again, this is a kind of skill that is useful across a lot of disciplines, particularly if you're going into a nonprofit, because there's truly no role in education or other nonprofits where you don't have to understand the mechanics of fundraising. So I'm in here, I can read more. Again, you can take this course for free and pay for a certification. I'm not going to recommend anybody pay for any of the certifications I'm talking about. I think you're going to get what you need in the free version. So I can click on Start Course Now. They're giving me an ad. That's how some of these pay for themselves when they're free. Let me show you what it looks like when you're in it. Again, 1.5 to 3 hours. I was logged in. I did this all with my personal Gmail, so now you can spam me when you see what my Gmail is. It's not very shocking. It's just margaretmcgee.com. I just want to show you what the inside looks like. Now you can see a lot of these have a very similar interface in that you can search for courses up here. There's different types. This one makes it easier to find free opportunities. You can throw stuff in your cart that you're not going to use, but you will have ads in the free version, and you'll have to, there's a couple. And this one is actually using a discussion board, which you don't see too often because that can be kind of difficult to manage. I'm gonna just get rid of that. Can I just start topic? Okay, sorry. I think if I clicked on remove ads, it would have tried to make me pay to remove ads. But this again is like a Stanford course. And these will vary in quality a lot. Every single one of these platforms, except HubSpot and Google. So basically any of these other MOOCs are gonna have a wide variety of faculty who offer them, and they're gonna have different timelines. So you do wanna think through, when did this one get posted? The other thing you'll see is that, like, I don't really love the interface of this as much because some of these things are hiding, but they have a lot. Allison has a lot of course categories that are specific to the workplace, but you can see, like, I see a lot of lifestyle courses. There's even parenting courses. No, thank you. I learned by doing, but there's a lot of really interesting places to shop. I mean, basically content to shop. But this is the one I've spent the least time on. What I'm seeing right now is these ads are already making me insane. And they do offer a premium monthly, which I'm just discovering right now, which would make the user experience a lot better, but still, we're not gonna pay for anything. There's definitely gonna be some content on here that's worth it, that's worth kind of navigating through some of these ads. All right, let's go to Coursera. I know you've heard of this one. Coursera is a lot like edX in that a lot of higher education institutions partner with Coursera to offer their courses for free and for pay. And again, it's very similar to edX in terms of how it originated. And the length varies from a couple hours to the course of a whole quarter or semester. They look the same in terms of having like quizzes and videos, and not typically a ton of out of class work though, although some do. This is the course that I wanted to highlight, which is the Foundations of Diversity and Inclusion at Work Teach Out. What I like about this course is that this is a very recent course. It was made after the summer of 2020. And if you look at the faculty, these are all faculty at the Darden School of Business at the University of Virginia. And what I like about it is they're mostly from, like, they're bringing you a lot of in-depth, up-to-date conversation around this topic from the perspective of people who work with recruiters and employers and HR. So definitely experts. And you can enroll for free. I believe, oh, I'm already enrolled. I know I'm already enrolled in this one. Sorry, I should have pre-signed into all these. Oh my gosh, my time goes so quickly in these skills labs. But flexible deadlines, only 6 hours. And what I like about this platform is it has all the skills down here that you're gonna get from doing this. And it has a little syllabus you can look at so you can kind of see exactly how it's divided up. They also have reviews for all of these courses. And then some of these offer credit, but those of course are for pay. Let me go into the course real quickly, and then I have just a couple more things to show you. A nice UX here. They're approaching it as a 2-week class. And what I do like about this is this has a forum. So you can actually, this is actually a great networking opportunity for other folks who are approaching this topic. And you can even see right here, this person's subject line is their job title. So that's one thing I hadn't planned on talking about, but these courses, when they have a discussion area, actually offer a good networking opportunity. So I'm in here for free. I'm not paying for anything. It may be at some point that they would say, hey, do you want a certificate? Here's how much it would cost. Again, there are very few situations where I would want to pay for a certificate. They do exist, but none of the ones I'm talking about today I think would make any sense. So this would just be a great additional course to put on your resume and then a skill to refer to. I included this slide because I'm not referencing Udemy at all, but I will show you really quickly. Oh, I thought I linked. Did I link here? Dang it. Okay, I have to get out of here. I'll show you. I'm logged into Udemy right now. They are having a flash sale. They do this every once in a while. These are the courses I have paid for. And Udemy does have some free courses. I didn't end up finding anything on there for this class, but I have signed up for, like, I'll just show you this one, for example, design thinking for beginners. It's a topic I'm interested in. This flash sale, I think this course was originally, oh, it's not going to show me here. Let's see how much it is right now. This course was originally, I think, $150 or $80, and I paid $11. They have some crazy sales. There's free options too, but let me show you what it looks like. Let's just see if any of these sales kind of demonstrate. Yeah, so this is a great example. Design for Humanity, a new perspective on user experience. That's $12 right now, and it's normally $95. Would I want you to pay $95 for a course when we don't know that that's something you want to learn? No. I wouldn't want you to pay $190 here either, even though it's probably a great course. But every once in a while, they have these ridiculous flash sales. And this one just happens to be today. I did not plan that. And I am not commission-based at Udemy, but I just thought I'd share it with you as another place to look for skill-based courses and certifications. Final resource I want to share with you, particularly for no, this isn't just for tech people. Oh, I have to present for this link to work. A colleague of mine, the advisor for tech and design, told me about this site. I would bookmark this if I were you, and I'll throw it in the chat. This is a website that rates free courses online. So I can type in, can't spell today, design thinking, and it will tell me which ones are the best. Now, most will be free. Some will have that hidden monetization in them where they're like, oh, pay for the certificate or whatever. And they do have a caveat on their about page that they do get sponsors. So some of these are pushed higher in the ratings because of advertisers, but it looks like a really useful catalog of these courses across all the platforms that I've talked about today. And I learned about this yesterday and I was like, oh, great, I'm gonna add this to my presentation because this is super useful. So I'm gonna put that link down here. Everyone, go ahead and bookmark that. The other thing I'll say, let me see really quickly, let me go back to my deck. We always wanna tell you about what we can do to help you in the Career Center. I think this slide says it all, a lot of drop-in coaching, virtual appointments, etc. We're happy to answer any question. You don't have to come in with a resume, you can, but you can make an appointment and just say, I don't know what to do next. And we're happy to help you do that. These are all the skills labs that are coming up. Some are really specific to different industries, some are pretty general. You can see the one I wanna make sure everyone knows about, the salary negotiation one. I mean, if you need to be prepared to negotiate your salary, and there's a lot of tips and tricks, and the person leading this is a recruiter. So I would bookmark that one. These are all on Handshake for you. The other one I think is really exciting is this Intro to Survey Design. That's gonna be wild because our assessment person is doing this one, and she knows everything about both the psychology and science of surveying. These are all gonna be great, but I just wanna make sure you know about those. We also have these workshops coming up I need you to know about. You can RSVP, we'll send you the video. One specifically on interviewing, another one on tailoring your resume and cover letter, and another one on mapping your career options. Let me see if there's any, let me stop sharing, and then I'm gonna see if anybody has a question. What date is the salary negotiation on? Let me open my spreadsheet. I have it right here, and I'll tell you. I didn't take the time to put all the dates in there. Let's see, salary negotiation is Wednesday, February 10th from 4 to 5. I will throw the Handshake event link in the chat in 1 second. Any other, this was real fast. I'm gonna send everyone the slide deck with all the relevant links, hyperlinked in the PDF, as well as this recording. Any other questions? I'm gonna stop recording. Any other questions you guys have about